Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be another Reddit reaction because the last one seemed to get a good response and it was fun to do, so I'm going to keep doing it. I got a couple more stories, maybe 3 if we have time. Am I the a-hole for telling my cousin that she won't make me feel guilty for losing weight because of her own insecurities? We will find out. I, 24 female, was 180 pounds 6 months ago. And keep in mind, I'm only 5 foot tall, so that was way too overweight for me. In the past 6 months, I have lost 75 pounds, so I'm currently 115 pounds. Nice. I was on a weight loss shot and I switched to a plant-based diet. For the past 6 months, I walked 3 miles every day, ate only plant-based, ate no sugar, and did low-impact HIIT cardio daily. I stopped eating after 8 p.m. and I didn't eat again until 8 a.m. Yes, I had the shot, but I also put in the work with diet and physical activity. And that's really good because, you know, the shot is just a tool. It is not the rule, which regardless if you're using like a GLP-1 or tirzepatide or whatever the injection is, it's a tool. It's not like the only thing that's going to help you. You know, you have to put in the work, like they said. So I'm with you. So far, so good. Unfortunately, the women in my family easily put on weight and struggle to lose it. Recently, my confidence has been through the roof. Luckily, with the ab work, leg work, weight work I've been doing, it tightened my loose skin a bit, and luckily the loose skin wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Anyways, I was at dinner with my family. For the first time in a long time, I felt confident enough to wear a dress. When my cousin arrived, she gave me the stink eye. I frequently post about my weight loss journey. My cousin said before that I was only posting for attention. So maybe some judgy vibes coming from the cousin. Maybe a little bit of jealousy sprinkled in. About 10 minutes later, my cousin looked at me and said, "You know, I don't like that you post about your weight loss journey all the time. It's promoting unhealthy eating habits and it's aggravating. It's not healthy to lose 75 pounds in 6 months. You were on a weight loss shot too. You took the lazy way out." Okay, rude. If you've been posting about your journey, I'm sure they've been seeing that you're putting in the work, so it's rude to just say that when obviously you're probably showing different. Plus, is it their business? They can unfollow you. They don't have to see your post. You can, at least on Facebook, you can silence what you see. So, they don't have to follow you. I got pissed off and said, just because you're overweight and feel bad about your weight doesn't mean that I have to feel bad about losing weight. It's not my fault you're too lazy to lose weight and don't want to give up eating a whole cake in one sitting. I also worked hard to lose weight on top of getting the shot. It's not my fault you lack discipline to make positive changes to your life. Now hold on a minute. I was on your side for a little bit there, but then that was very aggressive and very rude and very asshole-ish. Granted, like in the previous video I said, I don't know either of you guys' tones. I don't know if you were catty or if they were catty and saying whatever, but just the words without the tone are still crazy. Like, you could just say, "I'm sorry I offended you," or point out, "You don't have to look at my post," or just say, "We can talk about something else. We don't have to talk about that here." Just anything other than going into attack mode. So that's a little assholey. So I paid my part of food after asking for a to-go box. I drove home. A few minutes later, my mother called me demanding that I apologize to my cousin for being rude and rubbing my weight loss in her face. I refused to apologize. Am I the a-hole? So there's a lot of a-holes here, it sounds like. You're an a-hole for what you said and for like low jabs. Rude. They're an a-hole for bringing this up at like a family dinner. They could have messaged you on Facebook, you know. They don't have to be rude just because maybe you're wearing a dress and looking good. That doesn't mean you're flaunting it. So mom's kind of an asshole for saying that you were flaunting it if you're just being comfortable in a dress. So I think everyone here is an asshole, but I'm gonna look at the comments and see if maybe I'm an asshole. It sounds to me like your cousin was the a-hole first, not you. You responded in turn. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Not the a-hole, and congrats on your weight loss. I said, "Thank you, I feel so much better physically now and I'm in a lot less pain." Someone else said, "Tell her to stop following your post then, simple fix." Exactly, just unfollow or silence them, or maybe unfriend, you know, because clearly y'all don't seem to have a great relationship, so. Better yet, block her on your post, that way you won't upset her and cause her to have an eating. That's just extra effort on your own part to have to block someone from every post you make, and you're not responsible for what someone else does, so saying that to cause her to have an ED is just wild. That's not how that works. I think there's a lot more at play than just seeing someone post about their weight loss online to cause an ED. Congratulations on your weight loss. Maybe think before you speak and don't say rude things to your cousins. Am I the a-hole for leaving my marriage because my wife is seriously overweight and won't change? My first thought is in sickness and in health, but there's context, you know. That's why we're going to read the story. But first thought, maybe. We'll see what's going on though. Married to the same woman for 14 years, 2 kids, and since my youngest was born 6 years ago now, I've done everything except leave. That's already starting off aggressive. She is seriously overweight since the birth of our last child 6 years ago. I paid thousands in personal trainers, counseling, and now Ozempic shots. She refuses to commit to anything and is 5'3" and 270 pounds, almost 150 pounds heavier than when we were married. Well, you've been married for 14 years. Things change. Maybe not drastically that much unless there's, again, underlying things that could be going on, like depression, anxiety, OCD, any number of things probably. I'm no therapist, but 14 years is a long time. You're not given really ages, so that could play in a factor as well. But 5'3", 270, that does sound unhealthy. I'm just about at my end of my rope here. Smeg's life has been gone for many years. Counseling goes nowhere, and she won't listen to them. She sits on her big butt complaining about her stomach hurting because she eats garbage. Even our 8-year-old now notices that Mama is in the bathroom a lot. We've fought, argued, and nothing changes. Any suggestions or advice is welcomed. I don't want to raise my kids in separate homes, but I'm so tired of this. Just kind of the language that's being used is a little uncomfy, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot to be concerned about, and as you said, you spent thousands of dollars on personal trainers, counseling, and GLP-1s. So, I mean, you have done a lot to help, and she's not, I guess, wanting to change. You can only do so much to help someone change. Maybe she needs to make that decision for herself, and maybe some time apart could do good. I don't know, but it doesn't sound very happy. And I mean, there's not a lot here. There's only like 4 paragraphs, 4 small little blurbs here. So we don't really have a lot to go on to say who's an asshole, but just with kind of the language that you're using, I'm gonna say you're teetering on asshole a little bit. I think you should really talk to her, and maybe she's not comfortable with like counselors and therapists. That could easily be why she's not taking that into consideration. Or maybe she just doesn't see a problem with where she's at. And if that's the case, maybe y'all are in 2 separate parts of your life, and, you know, maybe what you're feeling in your gut is true, and maybe separate homes might be what has to happen, even if you don't want it to, because splitting up the family is terrible. But you gotta do what you gotta do. It's very sad. Let's look at the comments. Not the a-hole. This goes beyond some pregnancy weight gain and is thoroughly in the life-threatening category. She gained an additional adult human's amount of weight, and you are right to be concerned. If she's committing to living her current lifestyle, I say move on. It's not fair to you to attempt to take care of someone who doesn't take care of themselves. And then someone says, I agree. If this carries on any longer, OP will have to become a part-time caretaker in addition to being a husband and father. Hopefully the OP can avoid that and find happiness by moving on. And then someone else disagreed, and they got a bunch of downvotes. They said, actually, it is his job because he is her spouse in sickness and health and all that. That was my first thought, in sickness and in health, you know. Ultimately, it does boil down to who your person is and who you want to be with. And if you don't see a future, or worse, they don't see a future and that's causing you to not see a future, you know, then maybe it is time to cut ties. But that's just so sad and so heavy. Am I the a-hole for telling my husband that you don't lose weight magically after going to the gym? Are you being mean when you say that? And maybe he was expecting the gym to help him lose weight instead of calorie deficit? We're gonna read. My husband, male 33, and I, female 24, have been married 2 years, and we have a 16-week-old daughter. Prior to my pregnancy, I was active, but not as active as my husband. He is big into fitness and stuff, and I really am not. I just worked out because my doctor told me to, LOL. I only ran maybe twice a week and had a Pilates class every Sunday. I weighed 120 pounds before pregnancy. During pregnancy, I gained 40, then lost 20 right off the bat after having my daughter, which my doctor said is normal as through the baby itself, fluid, placenta, all that. And I have been working on losing the last 20. Okay. While my body looks different, I don't really care as I'm just glad my baby is so healthy and perfect. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're focused on that because it's just such a short amount of time that you get with them as an infant, you know. I say as if I know. There's more important things than a 20 pounds. However, my husband started mentioning my weight at 2 weeks postpartum, literally. How far after having a baby do you exercise? He would say it and frame it in a way that was a compliment, but it wasn't. Oh, you look so good. You look like a mommy now. Or I wouldn't guess it was a whole 20 pounds, maybe just 10 or so. So a backhanded compliment, okay. I just rolled my eyes and told him to stop. Honestly, I didn't care. These comments happened maybe twice a week, so it was easy to forget. Okay. My doctor told me to wait 12 weeks before returning to strenuous exercise, so I did. But the moment I hit 12 weeks, my husband was asking me to come to the gym with him, literally all the time. He was badgering me almost. It did make him happy. I did it to make him happy, and he certainly was happy. I will admit it felt good to have some time to myself, and I didn't mind going at all. Yeah, movement is good. It's at the 12-week mark, so might as well. Kind of badgering you to go to the gym is just a little not comfy, but I mean, maybe he just wants the best for you, and maybe he just didn't realize he was giving you backhanded compliments earlier. But now, it's been another 4 weeks since then, and I haven't lost any weight but like 2.5 pounds. In 4 weeks, 2.5 pounds. I mean, that's not bad. My husband seems to think this is because I snack too much, and he told me that. I told him I have to. I am breastfeeding. So that started an argument. He told me that I should go back to Pilates to tighten my tummy again. I told him I'd rather die than do that right now, to be honest. He told me, fine, at least try harder. Jeez, maybe he's not a nice guy. Maybe those backhanded compliments were on purpose. I told him I am trying my absolute effing hardest, and you don't just magically lose weight in the gym. There it is, and he should know that if he's super into fitness, that the gym's not all it takes, and if you are breastfeeding, you need more calories anyway, so, I mean, I'm losing faith in this guy. He wholeheartedly disagrees with that and went on a tangent about how he loves me and my body for carrying our baby, but he wants me to still take care of myself for my health. Whatever. I mean, I get that sentiment. A lot of my postpartum appointments centered around my health as well, but is more things like recovering, sleeping, and eating enough, not working out. So, am I the a-hole here? He's a little bit of an a-hole. No, I think you were in your right to tell him that. You don't just magically lose weight as soon as you go to the gym. And you just had a baby, so you should give yourself grace. Plus, you only have 20 pounds to lose. So it's not like you have a lot anyway. And once you get towards the least amount of weight that you need to lose, it becomes harder. A month and 2.5 pounds is great, in my opinion. So he should really chill out. And maybe think about your mental health as well. Since he cares so much about your physical health, he should also care a little bit about what's going on up here. Let's read what a comment said. Not the a-hole. I agree. I would be shattered if my husband said something like this to me. I'm 9 weeks postpartum and gained 35 pounds in all the worst places, and my body is just shattered. Even my knees hurt. Let him know your organs have hardly gone back into their original position, and until him and his useless nipples make an entire human, he can shut the hell up. I think you should tell him his comments about your body make you uncomfortable. Even if he's posing them as a compliment, it doesn't feel that way, and you want him to stop. Let him know you need more time. Like, I don't know. Y'all been together for how long? Married for 2 years, and you have a 16-week-old daughter. And you're young. So he's 33, you're 24. Maybe he's just not prepared to be a, what's the word? More empathetic of a partner, I guess. He needs to look at how you're feeling and not just what he's thinking. The part about telling you specifically to tighten up your tummy is crazy, and doghouse for that. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about these stories in the comments below. If you find any stories like this that are in this kind of realm, then let me know, and I can look into doing those for another video coming up. Subscribe if you would like to follow along. I'm sharing my journey to and through a healthier lifestyle. I do post my updates with my weight loss journey on Mondays, so look to that. That's kind of like the main video. And then these I'll make on some Wednesdays whenever I have the time to make one, but it'll probably be at least twice a month. And let me know if you're interested in my Songbird Saturdays, and I can do more of those, but I don't know. I've been kind of feeling like deleting that video because it's a little embarrassing. Thank you for watching this video. If you have made it this far, comment below an eyeball emoji if you made it to this mark, so I know who all the real ones are. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.